that object. But no, you're just conscious of a pattern in your brain. You see? A code of electrical energy. We're not directly conscious of the material world at all. We can't be, because we're spirit souls. So how do we become conscious of this material world? Indirectly through the senses and the brain and the mind. And actually Krishna, or rather Prabhupada said, it's the special mercy of Supersoul. It's by the special mercy of Supersoul. Because who constructs and who operates all these sensory mechanisms? Is it you or me? No. No, we don't even know how we digest our food, or how we see, how do our eyes work, or how does any of this stuff in this body work. We don't really know how it works. We didn't build it, we didn't design it, we didn't make it, we didn't choose it. We just woke up one day and here we are in the material world. Oh man, now what do I do? But in the typical state of material consciousness, we're identified with all this stuff and we think it's us. We think that, for example, when we're young, especially when we're a young child, we think that our mother is part of ourselves. And if mother doesn't do what we want, we get very upset. And we start crying and throwing tantrums and freaking out. Look at any young baby. Why is it so painful to be around a young baby? Because it reminds us about when we were a young baby and we thought that mommy was part of our digestive tract or something. You know, give me that milk. I know. You ever seen babies? Sometimes they'll hit their mothers. Like,
break their teeth.
Yeah, they get really crazy. They get really crazy. So, why? Because they're identified. They're identified with the mother. They think the mother is part of me. And if the mother doesn't do what I want, I'm going to get really, really angry and upset. And the same behavior applies to anything that we identify with. Anything that we become identified with, anything that we think is part of ourselves and it doesn't do what we want it to do, we get angry. So this is material consciousness. This is illusion. Meanwhile, we're filling up our mind with all these impressions of material life that include the information that I am in a state of identification. I'm identified with this body, I'm identified with this mind, I'm identified with this false ego, I'm identified with mommy and daddy and my house and this and that and my toys and stuff and all kinds of things. I'm identified. I think this is part of me. And if anything happens to it that I don't like, oh, it's the end of the world. Huh? You took my bicycle. It's just a bicycle, man. Come on, like relax, you know. But no, it's my bicycle. You see the difference? This attachment is there. So because we are attached, then the impressions that we perceive through our senses can directly affect our consciousness. Because we think this is me. This is me. So the first lesson in spiritual life is detachment. Try to remain even-tempered. Even though things are going to happen in this material world, things are not going to go the way we want, stuff is going to disappear, stuff is going to change, we're going to lose things that we love and are attached to, and there are other things that we want that we're not going to get, and it's not going to go the way we want it to. But that's not a cause of lamentation. This is the first thing Krishna tells Arjuna. Arjuna, you're a fool because you're lamenting about something that's not worthy of grief. Oh my God, all these people are going to die. Don't sweat it, Arjuna. It's just the inevitable changes of the material world according to the potency of time. And later on, when Krishna manifests his universal form, he says to Arjuna, Arjuna, I am time, and I have come here to destroy all these people. They're already killed by my arrangement. And you can be but an instrument in this fight. And then Arjuna saw all the soldiers and all the generals and all the horses and all the infantry, everyone entering into Krishna's blazing mouths. And he was freaking out. He was going, can we see your two-arm form now, please? It was too much. It was too much. But the point that Krishna was making is that time actually does everything. So sometimes time does things that we like, and sometimes time does things that we don't like. And guess what? It's not under our control. So why lament about it? It's not going to change anything. It's only going to waste time and energy. But what you can do is you can change your consciousness. You can withdraw from identification. Now, what happens in identification is that a person artificially splits their identity. And one part remains with them as their consciousness, and another part becomes projected on some object in the material world. This projection of identity is the mechanism of identification. How does identification work? Because we split our consciousness, we keep one part and we give the other part away. This is called projection or investment. We invest some of our consciousness, some of our awareness, some of our attention in this other object. And guess what that means? That means we have less consciousness. Why? Because one part of my consciousness is constantly following this person or this object or this whatever this thing that I have invested my consciousness in by identifying with it. If I think, well, this is my camera, and this is my computer, and this is my microphone, and this is my chair, and this is my glasses, and this is my that, then I'm like always a part of my mind is always like tracking these things and trying to figure out what's going to happen with them. See? Because I'm identified. I don't want anything bad to happen to my stuff. See? This is a form of insanity. Because I'm not this stuff. This stuff is not me. It's not a part of me. It has nothing to do with me. I am pure consciousness. Aham Brahmasmi. You see? You see how deep are the implications of these simple truths. How deep it goes. It changes every aspect of our lives. When we actually realize these things, we become free. So the explanation may not change. We still may have to go through so many things that we would rather not experience. Like now it's winter here in Chile. It's cold. I don't like cold. I'm from Florida. I was born, this body was born in Florida. So I like nice warm weather. But now here we are in southern Chile, and it's cold. The other night it went down to 1 degree centigrade, almost freezing. But is lamenting about it going to do any good? Is complaining about it going to do any good? Is putting on a sweater going to do any good? Yes. But not getting upset or getting all bent out of shape, because, what happened to my tan? I'm all white. Oh, that's my clothes. But no, if I was just to serve myself, to think about Oh, I want nice warm weather, you know, then I would always be going here and there trying to find a nice place. I'd never get anything done because I'd always be moving, you know. So what am I doing? I'm detaching from my identification with the weather. Oh, it's hot today? Great, I'll take off my shirt and get a tan. Oh, it's cold today? Oh, I'll put on a sweater. In neither case do I lament. And nor do I get all excited because, oh boy, the sun is out. Great, I can get a tan. Okay. It's like it's another day, you know. Some days hot, some days cold. It's like not a big deal. Nothing is a big deal. If somebody came out with a book called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and the basic conclusion of this book is that it's all small stuff.